Welcome back, guys. Today we're in the Diecast Museum yet again, and we are going to be looking at Matchbox. Today we're looking at all of my 1968 Matchbox Lesney diecast collectible cars and trucks that were released in 1968 as per the USA Edition 1968 catalog, which I have an original catalog. This is the year by year of Matchbox vehicles. I have been starting this video series with 1964 and upwards. Probably going to go right up as far as I can. I've got catalogs into the 1990s. This video today is focusing on just the vehicles that were released in 1968, as well as any playsets or accessories, which include the introduction of the 48 car carrying case. These ones aren't specifically from 1968, but I have quite a large selection I just wanted to show with you guys because I don't have an original 1968 case, but these were instrumental for kids and collectors alike to store and display and just make it easier to play with your collection. So a homage to all these 48 car cases. We've also got trucks and models of yesteryear. Those are the larger cars. Really not a whole lot going on there, but we're going to start by looking through that 1968 catalog, and a lot of new things were released in 1968. This is a thinner catalog than 1967, although there are a lot of vehicle castings that replaced casting numbers from the year prior. So we've got a lot of cars to put out on the table here and show you from my personal collection, many of which are quite worn out, played with, and beat up. I've got a few in good shape, but Matchbox is just something I have fun collecting, and I'm not out to get the mintest examples, although if I had them, I wouldn't complain. All right, let's go in for a look at the 1968 Matchbox USA Edition catalog. And the very first page shows those collector cases, specifically the 48 car case here. There was also this 18 car case. I don't have any of these mini cases, but the 48 car case is the one that has stuck around for many years, and many other companies created their own versions of this case, pretty much all essentially the same, slightly different size tray compartments, colors of trays. Yellow and blue is most common. And what does it say about that? The new handsome collector's carrying cases are just right for a starter collection and for travel. They are compact and truly handy. Well, yes, they are. Now, I don't have Matchbox in all of my Matchbox cases, but here is one probably from the 1970s. And I've got a variety of trays. There's probably trays from 3 different cases in this old and somewhat beat up carrying case, but they truly did last. They were quite sturdy. This one is an Irwin case. Interestingly, it shows 3 Matchbox cars on the front of this Irwin official collector's carrying case. And in here I have Road Champs and Lockups and Zymlex and all sorts of things. Here's a really nice original Matchbox case, probably from the mid-1980s. And you can just see all those wicked actual models that were produced over the years. And vehicles not included, of course. Now, the price on these cases in 1968 was $3 for an empty case. Here, this one's full of Tomica. And over here, we've got a Matchbox carrying case, probably also from the late 1970s. Look at that, made in Canada. That's where I'm videoing from. 1980 Lesney copyright on the front. And it comes with 4 yellow trays, cars not included. Got the fire truck, the police motorcycle, the Challenger, and this one's full of Yatman cars. So just goes to show you, you can put any types of cars in these, pretty much they'll fit, other than really large cars. And here's another Matchbox carry case, featuring some of the more fictitious, well, there's some muscle cars in there as well. Probably another late 1970s, well, copyright 1971, so that one's actually an earlier case and in great shape. This one has a metal latch on it as well as a yellow plastic handle, rather uncommon. And in here, just, I don't know what we've got in there. Not quite sure. But anyways, those are the 5 cases I have. I have a lot of other cases that aren't Matchbox, but I just wanted to show these out here while we were looking at the introduction of the Matchbox case. Now, from here, we're going to look at the series number vehicles 1 through 75, as we have in all the previous videos. And we're going to look at the artwork. We're going to bring out all of the vehicles that I have in my collection that are new for this year. Anything that has replaced vehicle castings from the year prior. New models, even though they were available mid-1968, I won't be bringing those 2 or 3 new models out until the 1969 catalog, where they are the appropriate color. And we'll talk more about color variations and stuff as we go through here. And also the all-new play sets here. These are all brand new for 1968. The new British Petroleum gas station, row builder sets, king size pretty much mostly unchanged. But like I said, we're going to go through this page by page. And alongside all of the awesome die-cast vehicles that I have here, this K8 Guy Warrior car hauler, which is fully functional and is a replacement to the aqua blue and red painted version from the year prior, now all yellow. And here we have 2 new models of Yesteryear added to the collection for 1968. Now, without further ado, let's get into a full Matchbox year in review. All right, the review table is set up with all of the vehicles that were new to 1968 in the Matchbox 1 through 75 collection, as well as the 1 new king-size truck, the Guy Warrior, the 2 models of Yesteryear, and of course I've got all of my junker duplicates out as well, kind of in the background, but this is to tell a story. I want to tell a bit of a story as I go here, because I don't have a lot of cars in mint condition. Most of them are pretty worn out and played with. However, is a testament to the quality of the Matchbox cars, with all of these opening and moving parts, steering wheels, trunks and doors opening on some models. I believe this elastic band might even be original to this truck, because looking at the catalog, it's the exact same color holding all those plastic red girder pieces on that would otherwise be lost and have been lost on the many duplicates I have. The horses are still intact for the horse trailers, and I've got most of the tires for the wheels, which notoriously are often lost and fallen off, but even with them being so loose, somehow everything has managed to stick together. So let's start by looking at the 1968 catalog, and we're just going to go page by page, looking at each of these new models alongside what we find in this awesome piece of vintage artwork. This little catalog is only about 3 by 4 inches in diameter and just a few pages, but it is quite cool. As you can see in the numbers 1968, we've got all of the cars that could be found for sale from Matchbox in the stores. There was the page 1 with the 48 car cases. Now we're straight into the numbered series. Regular packs were 55 cents each. And so what was new for 1968? The Mercedes truck with the Mercedes trailer was new. Collector number 1 and 2 replacing 1 and 2 from the previous year, which, of course, if you want to see what's in the previous years, you can go back and watch my other Matchbox year in review videos. And for that Mercedes truck, I have quite a few of them. One in very good condition here. I've already gone ahead and hooked up the trailer to this truck, which is fully functional in backing up and steering. Unfortunately, my plastic has a bit of a chip out of it, but these pieces come off, and it's amazing that it's even all held together after all of these years. So that's the only set of orange canopies that I have for this truck. And it's got a chrome insert on the front. We'll just take the trailer off here for a second. Take a look at that truck. So cool. Look at all the details on these intricate little die-cast models. And the chassis diamond plate. You've got the information on the bottom, of course, just like all Matchbox trucks and cars, along with the collector number. And the trailer, same level of detail. Rotating front axle. And now I've set up a huge B-train, because all these trailers will actually connect to each other. So you can actually tow several at once, and I've got a whole bunch of junk cars in here backing up. Oh, it's pretty easy actually here. And then, of course, all my other duplicates. This trailer's got a piece of a broken part. But just check out all the history in these chipped up sandbox blade. Who knows where they all have been over the last 40 or 50 or 60 years. Anyways, on with the show we go. The next model that was new for 1968 was the Mercedes Benz ambulance. Benz. That's interesting. And it has an opening part as well. And that is the rear hatch opens to reveal all the, can we get a focus in there? All the ambulance equipment. And it's got stickers on the door, Red Cross. This one's in decent condition, actually. And I've got one that is not in quite as decent of condition, of course. It's barely holding together. And over to the catalog again. So number 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Well, those were seen in the year previous. So we're going to skip through those because we've already videoed those. Number 10, also from the year before. 11, 12, 13. 14 is a new one, and that is the Isogrifo. Am I saying that right? What is an Isogrifo anyways? Let's take a look at the actual car. Here it is. Really nice right-hand drive sports car. Unfortunately, mine only has one door remaining, and it's missing a tire. Now, these wheels are becoming more common in 1968 and going forwards, along with the plastic wheel hubs and plastic tires. You're going to see a lot of those coming up, but these are really nice kind of chrome dish hubcaps. There's a trailer hitch on this car as well, and patent number. Anyways, we've got a parts car for this piece right here. I do happen to have an extra door, and it's not in bad shape, and this one has all of its wheels. However, appears to have some water damage or corrosion on it, otherwise making the car not quite as nice as this one overall for paint. And back to the catalog. We've seen that truck before, this one, and all of these actually. So turning the page, let's not forget to take a look at the artwork. There's that Mercedes Benz truck and trailer in a shipping yard by the looks of it. And now, on the second page, we've got the motorcycle race. So there is a motorcycle, a Honda motorcycle no less, that was released on a trailer just like that one, with a car actually also released just like that, and that'll be seen later on. But there's that car. So I love how the artwork shows actual toys that were produced for the model year. Anyways, we're going to go through what we have here. All of these cars are the same. Now, in 1967's catalog, the Royce Silver Shadow appeared in a metallic blue. It actually wasn't produced in metallic blue, is what I've learned from one of my commenters, viewers. Thank you very much for letting me know about that. And also, it's brought me to the wiser that some of these other new models, including the Ford Cortina GT, pictured here in blue, actually never appeared in blue. These are new models for 1968. It was only found, well, for this year, in this champagne color. So, for that reason, we're going to, it doesn't happen too often, but I'll make mention of it where it does. Rolls-Royce Silver Shadow, one of my favorite castings for sure. It's got those chrome hub wheels and a functional trunk. Just really nice dimensions on this car and quality of build. Black painted base. Very nice, smooth rolling car. And I've got a couple of these. These ones are in nice shape. Now this one here is missing a wheel. It's got some chips, but still has a trunk. And same true with this one here. Well, we're going to look at the Cortina next. So here it is. Number 25, Ford Cortina GT with opening doors. Also right-hand drive. Has a trailer hitch. So you can pull the Honda motorcycle trailer, as well as the boat trailer that was released in years prior. Another nice little car, fun to collect. Another new model is 26, available early in 1968. It says here in brackets, the GMC tipper truck. Well, it was pictured with a yellow bin. I've only ever seen it with a silver bin, so I'm inclined to believe that this, again, was a pre-production kind of catalog error, if you will. What a fantastic little model, though. It's got so much posability. You can, functionality, if you will. You can even check the engine, the cab, tilt the cab forward just as you would be able to in real life on this truck. And look at the detailed engine down in there. Absolutely awesome. Now, there's no seats in this truck because of that, but just a great little GMC tipper truck. And even after all these years in play, we've still got a couple super heavily damaged versions here. Pretty much still mostly functional. And back to the catalog. So we've seen these vehicles already. And now the Lincoln Continental's shown here in a green color. It was previously released in blue. And I believe this aqua green, which seems to be quite prevalent in 1968, is the color that is representing. Again, we've got another fantastic trunk feature here. And a great little suicide doors depicted on this Lincoln Continental. Very nice fine details for the grille and headlights. Some suspension, of course. Got a couple models here. They've all still got their trunks. And the next model is the Leland petrol tanker, also new for 1968. Pretty much everything here is, so I can probably stop saying that. Everything is new for 1968. On this table, British Petroleum 8-wheel truck, the Leland. I've got a couple more. One has almost no paint left on it. And this has a sticker for the British Petroleum livery, so that can often go missing. Next, we've got the Ford Zephyr. I don't think that's new for this year, is it? Yeah, Zodiac. We're looking at a Zodiac. So no, the Ford Zephyr was from a year previous. And we're going to continue on through all these vehicles we've seen. So this is new for this year, although I don't have a red trailer. I do have this motorcycle, but I'm going to save it with the yellow trailer that says Honda on the side of it. And that is released in 1969. So that's where you're going to see my little casting of it. Very cool little piece. And the Ford Tractor with matching hay trailer is next. Collector number 39 and 40. This one has those plastic wheels on both the tractor and the trailer, and these little gates that kind of clip into the back. It's a very nice tractor with lots of details once again. Right down to that steering wheel and all that stuff. So, of course, it hitches up. Got a couple here. Very good condition, actually. But you can see how loose these wheels are. It's amazing that they still have the tires after all these years. Back over here, we've also got another piece of a lot of farm stuff came out in 1968. We've got the pony trailer with the ponies. So another trailer you can hook up to one of the many cars with a trailer hitch. Mine is missing the ramp, I believe, which probably was green and would have closed the horses in. These are the same horses as found on the king-size truck and horse trailer, which we saw in the last video, and you'll see again farther on in this this particular catalog. Well, we'll find it later. Anyways, plastic little horses. They do fit in there just nicely. Got a couple of these trailers. They're both missing the gate. Also new is the refrigerator truck. And the refrigerator truck, just like so many other Lesneys, Matchbox has functionality. It's a GMC truck. And it has a refrigerator door on the back, made of plastic. Quite a heavy little piece. It's the only plastic on it. And that is often lost, as you can see on my second refrigerator truck here. Okay, moving right along here, we've got the Mercedes 300 SE. Let's see, did we miss any fantastic artwork to look at here? We did. Check out this picture. The farm equipment, Ford tractor with a dog, the hay trailer, the stake bed truck, which I think came out years prior, or maybe it's yet to come out. I see it's with the tandem axle. I know they came out with a single axle in years past. I don't see it. Oh, there it is right there. Number 37, the cattle truck. Anyways, so yeah, we're looking at artwork as well as the models in this catalog. So the Mercedes in green. Well, there's not much green left on my particular models. These are the only two I have for this color. It was released in different colors in years to come. So much functionality that we've got an opening trunk, the doors, And somehow, even with all this play and weathering, all this car's lost is those A-pillars next to the windshield. It's managed to hold up to the ravages of time and play. I mean, just look at the wear on these wheels. It's probably rolled a couple 100 kilometers, not even to scale, maybe in actual kilometers. I don't know. Interestingly, I noticed the ice cream mobile shop has reverted back to blue as it was seen in 1966 and previous, right back to 64. In 1967, it was a cream color, so only 1 year. It's much rare to find it in cream coloring and blue. I didn't bother bringing it back out again because, as far as I can tell, it's the same truck exactly as the 1966 and previous model year versions of the ice cream mobile shop. 49 Unimog is new. Very cool model. Also featuring those big plastic wheels and tires. Mercedes Unimog. And it actually has a spare actual plastic wheel in there, which is really neat. So I guess maybe you'd be able to pull that out and harvest some extra tires if you had a bunch of these junk without any other wheels on them. Just a really nice little model. I love the Unimog. It's such a cool truck. And here it is in blue. So we have another tractor, but we've seen that in years prior. And there it is, the Ford Zodiac, number 53. That's the car we're looking at here, not a Zephyr. And this interesting vehicle has a spare tire as well. Under the bonnet, as it says, in front of the engine. What a place to put a spare tire. Really cram that engine in there. Little four-door Ford Zodiac. And nicely detailed, another right-hand drive car. I've got a couple of these. Well, 5 of them actually. And check out this one. Real derby car. Missing the tire. Maybe somebody harvested it already. Driver's been ejected through the windshield. And a couple other. Hood seems to be prone to loss. And then subsequently the spare tire. Anyways, I just like looking at all the junky models that I've managed to collect over all the years that I've been sourcing these cars. Mostly from flea markets and some from random acts of kindness. Next vehicle, we've seen all those. This truck is new, and that is the DAF Gerder truck. I always call it a DAF. And it comes with plastic girders. I'm not sure what this thing is. It must be some sort of girder plastic, cradle thing or support. Anyways, check it out. So I've learned that this truck was never released in yellow for this first year. It only came out in white. So another artwork sort of mix-up before production. And here it is with an elastic band. Why did I think that was an original elastic band, potentially? I don't know why. But it does look quite old and brittle. And it's holding all these little plastic girders on. Look at them all. So otherwise, they would be lost, as they have been for all of these trucks over here. These are all the other girder trucks I have. And they have no girders left. Okay, so we've seen all those vehicles. We're going to turn the page now. Come to the end of the 1 through 75 series. And the Combine Harvester is new. It has both single-piece wheels on the back as well as those dual mold wheels on the front. And this functional combine rotator. Check out the little chair up there for the driver. Big piece of machinery. All metal. Not the first and not the last combine that Lesney Matchbox would produce. This is a CLS Combine Harvester. And I've got a couple more over there. Just hanging out. One's missing its tires, of course. And what's next? There it is, the Volkswagen 1600 TL. Right here. Mine has seen better days, but it's still intact, which is pretty cool. Left-hand drive. This little German sportsmobile. Missing most of its paint. And nice little wheels, though. I mean, the wheels really are strong on these cars. And it still rolls, like, really nicely. What else is new? I don't think there's anything else new on this page. We've got new models here, but those are coming out in the next model year, 1969, even though they are available in mid-68. They just don't have a collector number here. They're going to replace two of the models in the 1 through 75, so for that reason, I'm going to wait till we see them with their new collector number. So let's progress through the catalog. We're already more than halfway through it, I think. New Roadway Sets were produced for 1968. These are fold-away 3 foot by 2 foot approximately mats with some cutout cardboard bits that could be set up for kids to play with. They were 65 cents back in the day, so only 10 cents more than one individual model for a piece of colored cardboard. And we've got several scenes, including a farm scene, a construction scene, and this highway roadway overpass. Also new was the three-dimensional and all plastic super new British Petroleum Garage is a must for all Matchbox collectors, loaded with every possible detail. So that's pretty neat right there. And these were also new for 1968, the Build a Road. So I assume these are road pieces. You could get some straightaways, some corners, and some other things, some highway bridge parts. And Build a Road sets come in 3 sizes. Each has interlocking plastic pieces for a wide variety of layouts. These probably didn't do so well, given that Hot Wheels were just introduced in 1968 with their orange racetracks, boosters, and motors, and spring launchers. A lot more action for kids than these static sort of push with your hands type things, and I imagine they didn't really sell nearly as well. I've never actually seen one of these myself, and they weren't really that cheap either. I don't know how big 50 pieces is, but $5 and 130 pieces, so maybe a lot of connectors. I don't know how big this box is, but maybe they were bigger than what it looks like here. I'm not really sure. I'll have to check that out elsewhere. Now we're into the king size, numbers K1 through, I think we're going to get right to K20. Got some great artwork here again. Most of these models, with the exception of this big Guy Warrior truck that we'll look at in just a moment, were already released in years prior, so we're not going to spend a whole lot of time looking at these because I've already gone over all of these. Uh-oh, we're losing our front. Oh, we just lost a page. Looks like the staples let go on my ancient catalog. That's okay. There, by my calculations, there are about 100,000 of these things printed or more in 1968, so not the rarest catalog to find. And there it is, the K8 car transporter, and you can it shows it doing multiple things there. So let's do some demonstrations right off the bat. I'm gonna get that Ford Zodiac out, and the one-door little James Bond 3-wheel sports car. And now the whole ramp drops. The Silver Shadow is off. And off comes another one. Is it a Silver Shadow? Is that what it is? Yes, a Silver Shadow. So there you go. Now this truck is permanently connected with its trailer, as are most of the, actually if not all of the king-size tractor trailers that I've seen so far over the years, making it quite a durable piece and often found complete, just like this. Surprisingly, it still has all of those plastic wheels, which are quite often missing. And anyways, that's a nice example. So I believe that was the only new vehicle in here. I did a side-by-side with the year prior. There is the K18 articulated horse box, which we saw in 1967. It has the same horses as that little trailer, so good opportunity to find some extra horses if you're missing them. Let's just get a little trailer. This truck, I think this one was new. Yeah, the K20 tractor transporter, now in red. Originally found in green with the bulldozer on it right there. Same truck. Not the same trailer though. Same truck, not the same trailer. And then 3 of those blue tractors. Not clear whether they were all blue or if they had that yellow on them, much like this little Ford tractor. Chances are they're all Ford tractors. It's hard to say for sure. And then we've got a king-size Mercury Cougar. And these have steering, suspension. So I don't have any of those king-size cars. We're going to the models of Yester Year. And these have been running along since the early 60s, if not earlier. They only come out with a couple of new models each year. And in 1968, I have two of them. One of those new models was this 1912 Simplex. And there it is, 1912 Simplex. Actually, one of the first Models of Yesteryear that I have that's still complete, although well played with. And now these are a larger scale, of course. They're more like a 1/43rd scale. I'm not really sure exactly because they don't say. And then another new model we have here is the 1909 Thomas Flyabout. Very cool cars. My Thomas Flyabout has flown about so much that the interior's gone flying out of it. Somehow, I've still got the roof for it, though, which is pretty cool. Check out this stop sign shaped grille. And yeah, I just like these big models of yesteryear. I never really thought much of them before, but now that I've actually looked at them and imagined them all in great shape, I bet you they would have been pretty cool to see. So we've got the gift sets. There's really nothing new there. We've seen gift sets in years prior, just a collection of all the vehicles that were usually sold individually. These are new presentation packs from 1968. Interestingly, this one here with the Guy Warrior truck features the Guy Warrior paint job from 1967 and earlier, because now it's yellow, not aqua blue. Actually, it has a yellow trailer here. Yeah, it used to be red, so that's like a mix-up, a mash-up for that truck. And then we've got oh, there's the farm set. That's a cool set right there. Models of Yesteryear set would have been neat. Construction set. And the race car set. And look at it, it's got all those emergency vehicles as well. The fire truck and the ambulance. And now, as always, there is a little blurb from Matchbox on their assembly and just the interesting process involved in making these little toys. I've read through it all. Basically, we've got a zinc mine right here, located in Canada, no less. And this is where quantities of magnesium and aluminum are harvested from the earth and then transported from smelting plants, such as this one right here, turned into molds, which is pretty much this little truck here, the girder truck, and then melted together to make, you know, really good metal, Canadian zinc mine, zinc being purified, process plant. And then we've got the plastic tires. This is how they would have come off the spur back in the day. Plastic production, a whole long blurb on how plastic is produced. Paint production, big long blurb on how paint is produced. And then paper production. That's for this catalog, which I've just somewhat destroyed here. And 231 tons of paper from trees grown in the vast pine forests of Scandinavia are used in the production of the Matchbox Collector's Catalog, assumedly for just this year. And talks about how paper is produced from trees. But 231 tons of trees. I did the math on that using some Google calculators. And weighing my little catalog here at about 20 to 25 grams, that into 231 tons produces at least 100,000 or more of these catalogs. So pretty neat. I wonder how many are still in existence. And in a nice shape too. That's the whole catalog. And I think they all have a price guide at the very end. This one actually does not. That's the first time I've not seen a price guide. It does still have these veteran car gift sets at the back for the ashtray, the cigar box, and the gentleman with the large watch and cufflinks. And there you go. 1968 Matchbox Year in Review. Stick around. We've got a lot more. And if you're after any of these, happy hunting.